Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. We are in the house this morning. We are now live, simulcast on Facebook and YouTube, and of course on your digital dial. Well, like everything, babies, you know the drill. You know how this works. Everybody have their hands up, and we have to have our morning prayer. And so, in order to receive your blessings for the day, make sure you have your hands up. Not in a supplicating mode, but in a great mode of gratitude. So here we go. Jah, I thank you for the morning, for my rising, for getting me up this morning, as no day is guaranteed. I want to thank Jah also for allowing me to help those who can't help themselves, and the sparing of my enemies to a point of a patata and a kulo. But most importantly, to do your good, to do your work and appear upon this earth, as I know I can do the best I can. In Jesus Christ, we say these things. The 227, heir to the throne of Jesus Christ himself, and ruler of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari. Thank you all for joining me in the prayer this morning and so forth. So I really do appreciate that. We are basically waiting here to get our start on, but of course, needless to say, it has been a very eventful 24 hours. So I'm not sure if everybody's caught up on the news or anything like that, but we're going to make sure we have some fun to do so, okay? At least that. And I say this with a very wicked, ridiculous smile on my face. Flash, get out of there. Flash, get out of here. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. That's right. Welcome everyone to the Ktng Morning Show. See the moving chin. Oh yeah. Oh, what is that? Gray hair right here? Oh, I actually have a gray hair. Not bad for double nickels for everybody. Hey, this is the Ktng Morning Show, and this is your host, your impresario, the man who says yes when everybody says no. The G to the R to the I to the T to the Z, Z, from the top of the mountain to the underneath the 25 freeway. I am that freak on the peak in the city where I have no pity. They call it Olympic, but I know it's sick with it. But this is how we do it, and when we drop it, that's a keeper. Booyaka! All right. How we doing, peoples? How we doing? Okay, how we doing? This is the Ktng Morning Show. If you feel lucky, feel happy, come on, jump on in the conversation and so forth. What is your opinions? What have you got to say? I don't care what it is. Just print it, post it, video, live, chat it, and so forth. This is Ktng 860 AM. So this way we come at you with all kinds of things that you should know and why you should know them. Therefore, you have a better thought of the day. Okay. Besides all the other crazy stuff, let's get this thing started so that way we know where we are. So when we burp and so forth, it doesn't sound like we're farting. Anyway, I started with what the hell happened to my ass? Anyway, I have the side job where I basically sell curtains. Okay. The house cleaning system for like $3,000 and that sort of thing, whatnot. Save your money, save the carpet, save all this, that, and everything else. Put up with more. So I'm coming back home from late from work and so forth, and I get a ride home, and there are approximately 8 cop cars, a K9 unit, a battering ram, and for the life of it, I don't know, it's like a human body shield or something like that. And these guys are like going to the next apartment next to mine and whatnot. Now I have been warned about being in their apartment building over there next door and so forth. And I want to thank my man, for pointing me on point about it. And it was cool, to walk by, dump garbage and so forth and pay no mind. But last night, when you got like that many cars, a K9 unit, a battering ram, and a human body shield, I'm like, come on, what did this crackhead do? So obviously, he's had a lockdown on the building for quite some time, and needless to say, they came and arrested his ass. Well, that only goes to show you that if you are sitting in an apartment building and you are dealing drugs, you're a fucking idiot. For real. Any small-time jackass can do that shit, okay? But see, that's the thing about it. If you don't have a little black book to go with that, then you are, handicapping yourself, I think. Yeah, you're handicapping yourself. Okay? Any smart motherfucker who decides to do shit like that has better have a tight leash on his clients. If you don't, and you can't resurface those clients over and over who are habitual, then whatever new person you get in, okay, can wind up being a snitch. So what a snitched homeboy out, boy, and they really got his ass. Anyway, let's get on with the rest of this world and so forth and see what's going on and see what really placates these things, okay? So, okay, here we go, baby. Here we go. Yeah. I see y'all popping. Okay, I see y'all popping. Boom, 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 boom. Scott LaRock Jr., get off my line, dude. How you gonna start yours when I start mine? That's not even happening. Anyway, let's start with today in history. I'll let you guys know what's going on. All right. 1890, Nellie Bly circumnavigated the globe in record time, inspired by the Jules Verne novel Around the World in 80 Days. Reporter Elizabeth Cochran, also known by her pen name as Nellie Bly, completes the Around the World journey within 72 days, 6 hours, and 11 minutes. And back then, she didn't have the internet, where I can basically circumnavigate the globe in about 5 minutes. Let's see, 1915, America's first transcontinental telephone call. Alexander Graham Bell, you did that. 1924, first Winter Olympic Games were held in Chamonix in the French Alps. And let's see, 1947, gangster Al Capone dies in Miami Beach, Florida at age 48. Wow. Live fast, die young, be a kingpin. So, talk about what they put on your grave instead of people pissing on your grave. Anyway, 1949, first Emmys Awards. Let's see, 1961, first presidential live television news conference between JFK and Richard Nixon. That was a laugh a minute. You had to be there. 1981, American hostages arrived in U.S. from Iran. That was a failed thing. Go Army. Okay. Let's see, and 1990. The Avianca Airlines crash. Boeing 707 runs out of fuel and crashes in the Cove Neck, Long Island, New York, killing 73 of the 158 people aboard. That was some scary crap, though. That was some scary crap, but I wasn't there. And therefore, when you fly a plane, make sure it's fueled before it runs gas, which is supposed to be damn near impossible, but it's a freak accident, and that made history. How, I don't know. Anyway, so that's your courses of history and so forth. Notice that every bit of that history I just read has nothing to do with black or brown people whatsoever. Like we made no contributions to the society or the shithole country that we're in. Okay? And I'm still going to call it a shithole country, regardless if you call him the commander-in-chief. Or Chief Keef commanding all of that lard, okay? That sort of thing, okay? I mean, come on, the guy looks like a beached whale, okay? But you gotta find some way to gut him and cut all that blubber out of his freaking mouth, all right? So, I guess we can roll on to our first story. As we all know that our president, Commander-in-Chief, Cheeseburger is on his way to Davos. He's on his way. Okay, now think about this, people. Think about this. He called black countries, people who come from black countries and so forth, shitholes, right? Okay. So it is still, and speech by Cory Booker. You've watched every late night television program, including Saturday Night Live, behind all of this and so forth. And everybody's been running the gamut. I'm still going to continue this gamut until there is reparations behind it. So here we go. Seen in 2 hours ago, Trump's quote-unquote shithole controversy hovers over Davos meeting. So what does that mean? It means that your honorary cheeseburger, okay, arrived in Switzerland on Thursday this morning, where he'll meet global players and heads of state 2 weeks after he reportedly used a vulgar word to describe African nations in Haiti. Cheeseburger is set to meet with Rwanda's President Paul Kagame during the World Economic Forum in Davos, which draws A-listers and global leaders from the worlds of politics and business. Wow. Okay, first of all, you stupid ass. All right, you just sit on the describes African nations in Haiti basically as shithole countries, when the president of Rwanda is going to meet with you. Now, I'm willing to place bets. $50 says President of Rwanda says some very slanderous things against the United States, which he's entitled to do. $100 says he takes off his shoe and beat the crap out of him right there. Anyway, their meeting comes in the shadow of his alleged description. There's no alleged description, okay? You have a bunch of white people protecting an idiot, okay? Who flies out of his mouth, who tweets stupidity. He does not know what he does not know, but he does know that he does not know it. So therefore, everybody else does know that he does not know it and supports this D-list idiot, okay? This guy is basically, I mean, the guy has the intelligence of a broken light bulb, okay? Jeez, all right? National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster confirmed that Cheeseburger will meet Kagame, according to CNN's Jake Tapper, home of fake news, all right? But this will be very interesting, okay? Let's see, it's unclear whether Cheeseburger will meet other African leaders at Davos, but President Emerson Mnangagwa of Zimbabwe and Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa are among the attendees. Oh my God. But then again, there's the controversy of him changing from Washington Post reporter changing from shithole to shit house. So he's going to go over there and tell them, okay, you have a shitty house you're living in, and therefore it doesn't make sense. Okay? What Cheeseburger hates more than anything else is to see the results of how rich people do poor people, okay? And if he has to drive through ghettos and slums and whatnot, the better, okay? Therefore, Cheeseburger's comments set off a wave of diplomatic uproar from foreign leaders and their citizens, with Rwanda's foreign ministry describing them as, quote-unquote, demeaning and unnecessary. Demeaning and unnecessary. Demeaning and unnecessary. Okay, well, I'll tell you what's demeaning and unnecessary. Slavery in America. Okay? And since you guys basically just did not come for us at all and let us go, okay? We got, we like look at you with some sort of like respect and disrespect at the same time. So therefore, we can't. You're family, so this is what you guys do. All right. So here it is. South Africa, Haiti, Senegal, Ghana, and several other summoned top U.S. diplomats in other nations over the remarks. I mean, this is what he's been saying, okay? Okay, he basically called all of the First Nations, okay? All of the First Nations of humanity, okay? Shithole or shithouse, whatever, okay? In an open letter to Cheeseburger, Bonang Mahale, CEO of Business Leadership South Africa, urged others to make a statement during the annual gathering. Quote, many of us will be boycotting your address to delegates at Davos in protest against your divisive comments and continue to unequivocally apologize, wrote. We encourage like-minded peers to do the same. So there may be a strike, it might be a walkout. You never freaking know. But the fact of the matter is this. If they show, yes, thank you all. Good morning. Good morning. If they show so much as like, a premise of supplication in front of this white bastard, trust and believe. Trust and believe. We here will see you do that. Okay, there's no way to hide that. Okay, there's no way to hide that. The best thing to do and so forth is do what what the Iranians did when George Bush Jr. showed up. Okay, he was sitting under taking a speech, and somebody from in the back of the audience threw a couple shoes at him. My boy George was like, whoop, whoop, just like that. Okay, there've been bomb threats and so forth. I mean, if anything, man. We make the movies about, hitmen and all this crap, but nobody's actually acted upon it. For fear of what? War? Okay? There's so much war in the Congo region, they're already prepared. Okay? As a matter of fact, that's the reason why those four military officers got ambushed. Okay? How are you going to have, force recon? How are you going to have the SEALs out in the areas? How are you going to have the United States have the military operations in war-torn areas and so forth that we perpetuate? I don't understand it. How do four officers of the Army wind up, and the black one too, wind up getting killed in the Congo for messing around doing what? Okay, trying to establish diplomatic rule there, so that way we can still keep African colonial existence. That's very brilliant. That's very brilliant. And then when it comes out and so forth, everybody says, "Oh, it never happened." Sweep it underneath the rug. Gotta love that one for history. Okay. So Mahoney said he hopes Cheeseburger's presence at Davos will spark a debate of inclusiveness, respect, and tolerance. Fat chance. Okay. Quote unquote, an alternative, in other words, to a world where to a world where walls, disparagement, and hate dominate the discourse of the leader of the U.S. Let me read this again so this way you guys understand this, okay? Mahoney said he hopes Cheeseburger's presence at Davos will spark a debate of inclusiveness, respect, and tolerance, an alternative, in other words, to a world where walls, disparagement, and hate dominate the discourse of the leader of the United States. Okay? There's no way you can basically cover that up, snow that up, or just accept it. Because if you are about as stupid as a broken freaking light bulb stuck in mud. Okay? Quote, America has got one of the best presidents ever. Okay? Mussolini said Tuesday, and he loves the bastard because he's what? He's in the business, he's getting the greed, he's into the disparagement of like poor people, he's into he's basically against anybody that's of color all the way. But he can't say jack about China because he uses to say China got China's got the United States by the balls when it comes to debt. Anyway, first American president to visit Davos since Bill Clinton in 2000 will address delegates in a much anticipated speech Friday, and is expected to stick to his American first rhetoric. Okay. God bless this country over everybody else. This parasitic nation that takes more than it gives. Okay? And you have to ask yourself, are you an American? Is that what you prescribe to do? Take more than you give? And what you give is crumbs? This trip is about America First. The agenda about America First does not mean working with the rest of the world. Okay, this is said by their Treasury Secretary, Stephen Mnuchin. Quote, it is just a means that President Cheeseburger is looking out for American interests, no different than he expects other leaders to look out for their own. That is a bunch of bullshit. How are you going to have trade or monetary trade with other countries and so forth by isolation? You're making America into an isolationist state. And if that's the case, you cannot protect everybody from terrorism that way. No, we grow our own terrorists. Needless to say, I must tell you that there are a lot of paranoid schizophrenics who will send bombs to addresses, who will cause mass murders. You have a bunch of people who basically have like mental illnesses, who kill anywhere from like 15 to 20 to 30 innocent people, but yet still, because they're white, they're not labeled terrorists. Think about that for a second. Think about that. And yet this man is going to the Davos to act like a complete ass. Okay, well, y'all found something else behind that as well, too, because Europe is back and they are rejecting Trumpism. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. The New York Times about 15 hours ago. Davos, Switzerland, French President Emmanuel Macron, they claim to the mantle of leader of the free world of Wednesday with an ambitious speech before a packed assembly at the World Economic Forum. He sought to place France at the center of the mission to revamp global capitalism while spreading its spoils more equitably, forging a mode of commerce centered on innovation, yet bearing protections for workers set back by change. Okay? I love the way the government says, we're going to change, but we're going to let all the little people and so forth know about this in a year or two. Okay? So Mr. Macron, hour-long speech before an annual gathering of the world's wealthy and powerful in the Swiss Alps came on the same day that German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Italian Prime Minister Paolo Gentiloni issued their own forceful speeches toward advancing European integration while defending the notion of international cooperation. International cooperation with cheeseburger is like putting rat poison on your hot dogs and serving it to like kids. Straight up. Anyway, Collectively, they signaled that Europe, only a year ago dismissed as a crippled economic realm fraught with political reclamation, has regained force. Europe's leaders left no doubt that they aim to channel their newfound economic strength toward advancing the project of European integration, first launched in the middle of last century, seen as an antidote to the brutalities of 2 world wars. Okay, so now we got Cheeseburger, who is not in the room. He was not due to speak here until Friday, but the shadow of his American first policies hung heavily heavy. Okay, the 3 speeches resonated as a broad rebuttal of the doctrine that Cheeseburger has made his own. So I'm wondering, okay, are they gonna let this idiot, okay, their commander-in-chief, they're gonna let this idiot actually sit there and say what he wants to say like he does when he tweets, or has somebody actually wrote some words for him to read? We will notice this when he's at the podium, he's speaking, and he's going to be reading. Is he going to be downcast reading, or is he going to fly off the hip and say what the average white guy in the bar says? Okay, this is what everybody's at the bar is saying. It's like, no, we're not. As a matter of fact, we're trying to get drunk and eat our nachos, for crying out loud. What the hell's wrong with you? Okay, jeez. So in contrast to Cheeseburger's pullback from international trade agreements and his renouncing of the Paris Climate Accord, the European leaders emphasized their commitment to prosperity through global commerce, which means Bitcoin is about to jump. People, I suggest you get some before it's too late. And if so, that breaks down the Federal Reserve and everybody goes broke, and that cripples America. If you want terrorism done that way, do it through digital money. Okay, do it through digital money. Cripple the economies of the world. Start anew, and everybody gets theirs. All right. So in the place of Cheeseburger's unilateralism, the 3 European leaders pledged to strengthen the bonds of the European Union and the 19 nations that use the euro currency. Got a fight there. Anyway, they underscored the commitment to multilateral approaches as the salve to trouble, including widening economic inequality, terrorism, and the ravages of climate change. Now, see, the United States has bypassed climate change like way too many damn times. Obama went to break it up a little bit and so forth, but as a whole, for the last 20 years, we've shined that climate change thing away, saying there's nothing wrong with our atmosphere as long as we can see it. Yeah, but we don't care about the rest of the world, right? What part of this earth do we not own? Okay, through colonialization, militarization, and to make that kind of claim. And yet still, we are using materials that are basically U.S. made in other countries, where we're causing more pollution in other nations because we outsource a lot of stuff, right? So nobody takes into the fact that wherever we outsource, we bring our pollution with us, okay? And we're thinking, oh, it's not going to hurt us at all because we got clear skies, running water. Oh, by the way, there are leg testing in the water out here, so make sure you boil your water and salinate it with salt, sea salt or something like that nature, so that way you get, the purity of it, pure alkali of water out of it. Drop a magnet in the damn thing, okay? Okay, so therefore, a year ago in Davos, the role of world leading defender of globalization fell to Chinese President Xi Jinping. His address followed Britain's shocking decision to leave the European Union, and only days before the inauguration of yours truly. Okay? To an audience fearful that the global rules-based trading system was unraveling, Mr. Xi's comment or commitment to internationalism drew a mixture of relief and acclaim. But China was at best a compromise claimant to the role, given its preferential credit state-owned companies, its theft of intellectual property, and its jailing of dissidents and journalists. And yet still, we kill our journalists here. We kill our heroes here. We basically do enough damage to people of color in this country to not, be on that same mantle of, say, like human rights abuses. But yet still we can point the finger at everybody else. Smart. Oh, that's just brilliant. That's just freaking brilliant. Really brilliant. I mean, come on, people. How can we sit there and do one thing on one hand, and the other one is just, on the other hand, is just looking at it saying, where's the balance? Okay? There ain't no justice, it's just us, okay? He describes a sense of responsibility to translate French values into a form of capitalism that can deliver growth along and increased opportunities for middle class and working people, okay? Not just the people underneath the bridge, but the people underneath the stairs for that matter, okay? So this goes on and on and on to let people know that yes, cheeseburger is going to be there. But my main question here about cheeseburger being there, right, is this. Will the African nations actually walk out? Will there be a bunch of sellouts sitting there, you know, sucking on the proverbial dick in his asshole? All right? I just want to know. I'll probably know that later when I come in tonight. Think about it, people. Think about it. Here is the biggest jerk-off that we've ever had in the political season. And in his year's tendency, he's managed to do two damn things out of all the other things that he said he was going to do on his campaign trail. As a matter of fact, out of hypocrisy, you know, he is like, you know, he has in the past stated that the president is responsible for any kind of mess-ups, okay? That sort of thing. Everything rolls downhill. It doesn't start, everything doesn't come uphill. No, it rolls downhill. And he himself said that if, you know, the government shuts down, it's the president's fault. Okay? So what just happened the last 3 days? What just happened the last 3 days? We see this backpedaling bastard sit up and say, oh, it wasn't my fault. I think I blame it on the Democrats. Okay? When not only like say like about a year and a half ago before he started running, he was condemning the president if there was a government shutdown. Okay? So tax bill and government shutdown is what he's got and so forth. And no one in the history of the presidential platitude has ever pulled this off because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. Wow. It almost makes me want to read a story about a child shooting itself with a shotgun. Okay? When I'm thinking, why don't we give that child a shotgun? So he can blow his freaking head off. All right? Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm a militant. What do you expect? Jeepers, creepers, people. Come on, let's get with the program here. Jeepers, creepers. So many people seem worried. Will multilateralism find an answer to the problems that mankind has in fair and equitable way? Fair and equitable. Okay? We just had like, you know, in every state, a Women's Day march in the United States. Every state. It got so popular. You got people up in like somewhere in like I think it's like Switzerland, in a small town where half the population actually marched along in solidarity of the Women's Day march. Half the town of 500. So that's like 250 women, right? Okay, cool. Anyway. When it comes to multilateralism, there has to be changes. Not only that, but you know, you guys got to realize that this is part of the New World Order, where they have one currency, one number. Okay. You guys are not looking at it. You didn't see that one coming, did you? Okay. Yeah. That's exactly what happens. All right. So if we're going to look at multilateralism, you know, everybody has an ism on everything. Then we're looking at a premise of every nation every nation on this planet, physically and financially, accept the roles of making one denomination of money. Okay. It's like, you know, King Mordo shooting an arrow into the sky to like shoot at God, and only have that arrow have a stiff wind come back and everybody speak different tongues. Babylon. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, so let's flip the script here, and I want you guys to realize that where all this is going on, we still have this flip-floppery that's going on right about now. It's so funny. Senator Kerry is thinking about running for president again. Mr. Flip-Flop, while we already have like, you know, a pair of sandals, or broken sandals, cheeseburger sandals, that's flip-flopping and trying to like, you know, accentuate one thing for another. Okay? I tell you what, I'll give DACA participants, you know, temporary citizenship, but I still want my wall. Okay? And when the definition of a wall comes up, everybody's like, okay, what is a wall? What could it be? you know, a financial wall, could be a societal wall, could it be this kind of wall, could it be that kind of wall. No. Idiot said on his campaign trail and has been saying for the past year, we are going to build that wall and Mexico's going to pay for it. How? Would Americans going to Taco Bell and paying extra taxes on a damn taco that's made out of horse meat? Yes. Come on, where else are we going to get the money from? Not out of me, because I'm not paying taxes this year. Forget that, that's done, okay? You got to be out of your freaking minds. Anyway, let's go around the world, go around the country here real quick, and see exactly what's been going on as usual. Okay, so here it is. 4 hours ago from out of the Los Angeles Times. All the way in LA, people, y'all just cannot get it together, can you? You still can't get it together. You still are sitting there waiting on, you know, God in the sky to drop whatever, you know, whatever miracle that you're looking for. When you've got the ability and the capabilities of actually creating those for yourself. All right. Well, here it is. Metro CEO, quote unquote, extremely disappointed by LAPD treatment of woman pulled from subway. Here we go with one of those mental issue stories. Chief Executive of the MTA. Basically, I'm part of the Metro Transit Census. Tag or get tagged, one or the other. Said on Wednesday that he was extremely disappointed by LAPD sergeant's treatment of a young woman who was pulled from a subway train and detained because she refused to take her foot off a seat. You know how many lazy ass gangbangers, you know how many lazy ass fat people, you know how many crazy ass white people do the exact same thing. Okay? And they just targeted her just because she's black. Okay? Our writers deserve better, Phil Washington said in the statement. We want the metro system to be a safe environment for everyone. I expect more from our law enforcement partners. Okay? Well, let's put it this way. If you are hiring LAPD and the Sheriff's Department to regulate this code of honor and trust that the way you built the damn thing, I mean, come on, anybody can jump over the turnstile, and you're asking for honesty. What an idiot, okay? What a freaking idiot. Come on, man, that just doesn't make any sense to me, okay? So, the incident was posted to Facebook on Monday and follows a recent police crackdown on code of conduct violations on trains, such as violations including eating, drinking, vaping, gambling, littering, and placing feet or shoes on seats. Okay? That's madness. Hey, this is the halfway point here. You're listening and watching Ktng 860 AM on, we're going to continue the story, on YouTube and on Facebook. So we got a simulcast. If you want to join the conversation of what we got going on here today, get to YouTube, like, subscribe, and follow us and so forth. Mash that like button. Mash it down, man. Mash it down. Okay? Because you know your boy DJ Sucker Punch is in the house. He's spinning the wax and the ones and twos, and he says, save your nuts. All right? Also, it's Kung Fu Saturdays and soul and jazz and gospel on Sundays. But we're going to have some soul music today, so stick with us, because there is no quickness in the desert, as Public Enemy once said. All right, so therefore we've gotten to our halfway point. Let's keep it rolling here, people, because you guys need to know what the hell's going on in your cities. Anyway, as we continue the story and so forth, so they got all this crap going, like people doing this, that, and everything. But you know something? Where are those same officers when there are, like, say, you know, football or basketball games? Rarely do you see them. The only time these guys are, like, you know, posted up and so forth, okay, and this is true. The only time these guys are actually posted up anywhere is when you're going from north to south. If you're going to straight to Long Beach and so forth, their area of patrol stops at Long Beach. Okay. But they're on the trains every single day, and more importantly, they don't, like, you know, go too far. They go as far as from, say, downtown LA to Hollywood. After that, there are no police. But when you go from downtown LA to Long Beach, they are up and down there regulating the black and brown folk like there's no tomorrow, like a herd of sheep. And sheepishly, you guys all do the same thing. You act like you ain't got no damn common sense whatsoever. I'm from this hood, I'm from that hood, boom, 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 boom. And then when the police step up to you and so forth, okay? Oh, you can sit there and wait till they get off the train and say, oh, fuck the police, boo, just like that. How come he didn't say it in front of their face? Afraid to go back to jail? A third or fourth time? Probably so. Okay, so therefore, the metro system is patrolled by a multitude of agencies, including the LAPD, the Sheriff's Department, Long Beach Police Department, and Metro Security personnel and transit agencies said. However, on Wednesday, Louis, an attorney representing the young woman Bethany Nava, said the sergeant's behavior is totally unacceptable. He said that Nava's feet had been tucked under her body and that the lawman's actions were disproportionate to what happened. The sergeant escalated the situation unnecessarily because he was a jackass, a Trump supporter. Cheeseburger! You gotta have a cheeseburger. Okay? Dragged her off the train. He's a sergeant meant to be training young officers, and he needs to be training himself. He should be behind a desk, not on a train. The confrontation this week began when the LAPD sergeant approached Nava about her foot being up on a seat. The LAPD source said that the sergeant had asked Nava to remove her foot earlier, and that she had done so, but when he returned, her foot was instigation right there. Okay, there's always two sides to the story. Video shows him telling her to get off the train. After she refused, he grabbed her arm and he pulled her off as she clung to the railing. She complained that the lawman wasn't allowing her to get her cell phone and other belongings. Once off the train, the sergeant held Nava's arm behind her back. Police said the people at the station gathered around, and an onlooker video recorded the entire encounter. When people protested saying the woman was only 18, he responded, "I don't care. At 18, you're a damn adult." Think about it. Mommy and daddy's not going to come rescue your dumb ass. All right? Onlooker swore at the sergeant, telling him that he was engaging in abuse of power. Nava swore at him too, so there was a lot of foul language going on there. What the flarn, filth, flarn. Anyway, he kept asking her for identification. She said she had been on her way to the Department of Motor Vehicles to meet her mother to get an ID because she just turned 18. This is not fair that you took me off the train because I have my foot there because I was comfortable like that. There is no law that tells me that I cannot sit that way because I paid to be there. It's the rules of the train. The second woman approached and began yelling at the sergeant, telling him that he was high on power right now because people were watching. Sergeant called for backup, and it took at least 6 additional officers to detain the situation. As both women were being detained, the second woman, not Nava, spat at one of the officers. Hell yeah. Okay, there you go. Now, see, this right here, you have 3 women. 3 women challenging the law. Okay, you have 3 women. Where were the men? Where were the men? Okay, sitting at home, watching this on TV, getting high. Where were the men that were on the train that could have stepped in to protect their queens? That's what I'm wondering. Los Angeles Police Protective League, which is in league with with my favorite people, the FOP, said the sergeant was doing his job. It's clear that the suspect involved needs to take a class on manners and how to properly respond to a reasonable request from a police officer. The union represents rank-and-file officers, and acting belligerently when being given a simple request to take your foot off a seat shows a complete lack of courtesy for the basic norms of society. Whose freaking society? That's what I want to know. Whose society? All right. The union questioned the MTA CEO's decision to criticize and quote-unquote an officer for enforcing its rules before seeing all the evidence. You deserve better than a rush to judgment and being thrown under an MTA train by the knee-jerk reactions of Mr. Washington. LAPD Chief Charlie Beck, the Spec, speaking on ABC TV Channel 7 on Wednesday, said his department has multiple videos to review. Let's not rush into judgment based on a snippet of video. Okay, if we don't rush to judgment on a snippet of video, how is it that we will respond so quickly to, say, Cheeseburger's tweets as idiotic? Okay, come on. You just can't have a double standard here, people. Okay, the rich can get away with acting stupid, but when the poor are acting stupid, they get reprimanded, right? Nobody's reprimanding or following up their impeachment rules or agenda for an idiot in the White House at all. Okay? We all put on our pants the same way, we all get up the same way, we all go to bed the same way. So you mean to tell me, because this sly bastard Okay, who has to meet up with Mueller under oath and so forth. The FBI secret society knows. He has to meet up with Mueller and so forth. You mean to tell me this bastard with money can get away with whatever he wants to get away with, while poor people are the victims of an unjust society, unjust rules, and therefore they deserve our respect for that crap? Okay? Who writes all this crap up? Some middle-class idiot who's basically saying, okay, well, we're going to control and marginalize, okay, a disproportionate set of people. Okay, so that way they are forced to walk a red line in this society of conforming, okay? Lack of imagination, okay? No one who's able to basically think outside the box, right? That's so much like the request of the New World Order and the Illuminati that everybody's like been like, oh, lizard eyes, ooh, lizard eyes. Okay. Oh, let me throw this up, yeah. Why don't you go to their website and look deeper into it, okay? Illuminati.com, you can find, they put all that mess up there. Masonic temples, Freemasons, all that crap. They put information up there for you to think you're supposed to know. Why don't you ask the people that got out of those damn things real quick, all right? So, the 28-page customer code of conduct lists all infractions on public transport vehicles, as well as penalties. Punishment for placing feet and shoes on a vehicle, including a warning or ejection, includes a warning or ejection from the bus or train. Okay, it doesn't say anything about forceful ejection. Okay, so there's a gray area. Okay, as he says, hours after releasing his initial statement on the incident Wednesday morning, Washington clarified his views of the incident in comments posted on the Metro's website. I want to be clear about my position. We want customary code of conduct rules enforced, but I am disappointed at the way the situation escalated. As a 24-year retired United States Army veteran, I understand and respect our police officers and their day-to-day duty in working to keep our system safe and secure. They encounter hundreds of conduct issues each day, and some of them are faced with very difficult situations, but my hope is that we work to de-escalate situations as much as possible. Okay, so that's a piece of fluff and so forth made to quell both sides altogether. So you guys got to realize what these people are saying. They have PR writers, fluff writers, okay, spinsters who basically try to try and make it all easy, from what they understand, and then have these guys sign their name to it. Okay, that's how that's worked. But then here, you still got just the goofiness of it all. I mean, come on, man. Why would people sit up and be belligerent? Okay, let's look at this from the. They got to get out there 8 to 10 hours a damn day, risk their lives to protect your mangy ass when something goes wrong, or you wind up trying to take revenge or have some sort of vengeful cycle in you that causes the police to come out and arrest your ass for you putting your hands on somebody. Then you wind up going to jail like the rest of the suckers out there. All right. So if they got a job to do and you're going to be belligerent about it and so forth, then needless to say, I guess the men folk actively agree with the officer. Because if the women are being belligerent about this, then obviously, throw that bitch in jail. All right, straight up. Okay? Let the cop be exonerated and so forth, and you guys keep on doing what you've been doing. Okay? There are schizophrenics, there are crazy people who get on that damn blue line. Okay? And they have more sensibility of sitting down in a chair than most avid idiots, okay, who think they're spoiled, who think they're above everything, who think nothing can touch them at all because of the crap that they listen and watch. Brilliant people, brilliant. And what happens? What? They got no home training? Okay, is that it? They got no home training? In my day, you had to do some stupid crap like that, you got to switch. Real quick. Anyway, next story here, final last story for the day. Florida woman made payments on BMW with dead grandma's Social Security benefits. There you go. All right. So this is how the poor comes and acts like the rich. All right. So this is not just a story of morality. This is a story of complete utter. I think I went too far. Okay. So this is where greed sets in. This is where a woman's greed sets in. All right. If you don't believe me, pick up my book, The Art of Eve. Okay, it's on Amazon. You can read it free on Kindle. As it says, in a federal jury in South found a woman guilty Wednesday of collecting her grandparents' Social Security benefits years after they died. Miriam Ktng, a 49 woman based in Pompano Beach, allegedly pocketed $130,000 of her dead grandparents' Social Security benefits over the past decade, which she used to pay her mortgage and make payments on a BMW 6. This bitch was flying. Okay. See, this is the funny thing. It's like, okay, bitches will sit there and like hound you and hound you and hound you and hound you for the truth. But the minute they get away with a lie and so forth, and they get caught in the grand sensation of it. This is one of the situations right here. Okay, Anthony had a joint bank account with the grandparents prior to and after their deaths, and controlled the funds as a representative payee. Watch who you get as payees, people. These chicks like that are like really, really stupid. All right. Oh my God. Anyway. Yeah. Drinking my chomo. So therefore, Anthony's grandfather died in Haiti in 2006, followed by her grandmother 3 years later. So they're Haitian. Ooh. Yeah. Think about it. Wasn't no white woman do this. And a damn black woman do this damn thing, and then you make a bomber ass out of the entire nation and you prove Donald Trump right. You're coming from a shithole country doing that. And you're doing that here to make a shithole of yourself. Bomber ass. Okay, so Anthony's grandfather died in Haiti in 2006, followed by her grandmother 3 days later. After their deaths, Anthony did not notify the Social Security Administration and continued to receive the monthly benefits that Herald reported, citing the U.S. Attorney's Office. The U.S. District Judge has to order Anthony into custody while awaiting her sentencing. If convicted, which needless to say, it's welfare fraud, she'll face 10 years in prison and must pay back the government. So we're going to follow the story on April 5th just to show what greed can do what greed can do and the wages of sin behind it. It's real simple, people. Real simple. We can actually get up there and find better hobbies to do instead of doing stupid shit. Just to amuse ourselves or just to come up quick. Okay? People who like to come up quick on crap and so forth usually find that quick money goes quickly. If you don't have any assets, if you don't have any, investments, if you're, cash to the nickel poor and so forth, then guess what? You're gonna try and find somewhere, and then that quick money will go so fast. All that you will have is the emptiness that you deserve. Okay, and in that emptiness, you will find your resources to be very, very little. Nobody will like you because you're an ass. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're a bitch or a bastard, one or the other. Okay? If you want to do that crap, go ahead and do that crap. But remember, everybody appears before the one. Now, I can't judge you no more than you can judge me. Okay? But when your time is up and so forth, trust me, you will start to have an epiphany. And when you do have that epiphany, lo and behold, crab mode, people, crab mode. You know what happens? You get you get your diss. You get your disses like that. You're stuck on that. Totally stuck on that. Okay. Ben, how you doing? Good morning. If anything, what people got to realize is that if we're all going to make it, to the grand party and so forth, we got to clean up our acts. We got to stop realizing how dishonest, our situations are. Okay? The illusion that you can get away with the crap that you do is almost hilarious. It is. Because eventually you're going to either stop or it will stop you. We can't stop Trump because he's so rich. We can't stop the poor from thinking otherwise. We can't stop our police and our law enforcement from doing what they do. But what we can do is we can have a sense of control in what we do. Control yourself before other people control you. Know where you are. Know what your resources are. Know where you can go and where you're not supposed to go. Use common sense. Okay? And when people are not using common sense on anything that they do, guess what? Get a patada in the culo. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean. Anyway, we've had 4 stories, people. 4 stories. And all of them involve this shithole country. They did. We still contend with human rights abuse on a day-to-day basis. As a person of color, I see that happen all the time. But it's the way you address them. Like last night I was at a cop's house and so forth. The guy basically does drug enforcement. Okay? That sort of thing. For the military of all things. He's a nice guy. Outside the uniform, he's a nice guy and so forth. That's all. When he's in the field, he's basically doing exactly this. Okay, I see what you're doing, I gotta arrest you. Why? Because you think you were free to do the stupid shit you continuously do, and you have not grown out of it? Obviously, to me, that says there's a level of immaturity that basically extends from the root of the problem, which is right there in the core of the family. And if the family does not nip it in the bud, it carries on. Systemically, all the freaking time. The apple falls close to the fucking tree all the time, people. And if you think you can get away from that tree, plant your seed someplace else and see what happens. Alright? You don't make bastards and bitches and so forth just by laying around and fucking around. No, you teach them the cruelties of the world first before you teach them love. And then, when they start hanging out in the streets and so forth and running around with bad company, guess what happens? Okay? We see the level of, we see the say, common sense IQ slowly shrink. Okay? Slowly shrink. You think they stopped standardized testing? Jeez, it's just garbage. It's just straight garbage. All right, people, I gotta wrap this up. I got the COB cipher in the background. You know, that sort of thing. This is like a cipher that is like stretches over 5 states, people. 5 states. So I'm glad that, you know, I'm able to play international hip-hop. I'm glad I can play international music. I'm the most eclectic station on the freaking planet. And when I ask people, like, you know, what type of music they like, and they say, oh, I like all of it. Guess what? Ding. It makes my position here that much more viable. Anyway, let's say good morning to all of our people and so forth. So let's go start our morning off with a good morning. Shout out good morning to Sir Walt, the man, the legend, the man who remembers. I'm working on funk sets here, R&B sets. No, actually funk sets and soul music sets. So because I've heard some of the, you know, people in Colorado Springs make mention that, yeah, there's no soul music. There's no soul music. Of course there's no soul music. Come on, you're living in a place that's 85% white. You think they got soul at this particular point? I don't think so. They got a lot of churches and schools, but other than that, okay. So let's give a universal shout out to Universal Zulu Nation. Okay, that's right. All across the world, babies. All across the world. If you're hip hop, you don't stop. You're Universal Zulu Nation. All right, my homes, my peoples. Okay. Super Walt Jenkins, good morning. Alrighty. Melanie Griffin, good morning. Carolyn, good morning, wherever you are. Let's see. Darren Gregory and Malloy, keep pushing that dream, man. I want to see you in the film. And you know, if it's on Netflix or YouTube, just, you know, drop me a link on that. That's one of my nephews there, people. So watch out. He's got a talented daughter as well, and she got paid. She got broke off. All right. Let's see. Good morning, Frank Martinez, angriest Mexican in Texas. ESQ, good morning. Yes, you're in the set, so you'll be rocking this afternoon as well. Ernest Franklin, that strange fellow of mine. Good day and good morning. Heidi Gardner, all the way across the pond. Don't go to Switzerland. You might decide to throw a shoe at our president, and I wish you did. Anyway, Joshua Carrasco out in Florida, Battle Knight, the man who battles. Okay, he's not only that, but he's also a Marine as well. Ross Bernard Banzima out in Central Africa. Good morning, Juan Garcia, Gold Mafia, greatest of all time Mafia. Okay, if you want a solid Berea, and Juan, I'm doing this because, you know, I love you, brother. You're just, you know, phenomenal. Where's the food porn, man? Where is the food porn? I missed the food porn. Bonita Tigers, good morning. Let's see. Clarence Linford, good morning. Pedro Rodriguez, good morning. Jamie Manton, my brother from across the pond, good morning. Paul Martinez, Paul Martin, my brother from another mother, good morning. Let's see. Scott LeBron Jr., yes, good morning. Good morning. You're getting on the pot roll. Okay, get your boost on, bud. Get your boost on. Okay, Angela. Okay, Angela Perez, $1 Million Smile, $1 billion Lifestyle. Good morning. I missed you. I'm gonna look at your post. I'm gonna look at your live post later. Also, Ross, good morning. Sean, good morning. With your crazy self. I don't know what you be doing, but I guess it's something real crazy. Pedro Rodriguez, we give condolences to your uncle. You have many prayers here. God bless on that one. Let's see. Oh, Skysky Rio, you just jumped in. Good morning, Chuck Freeze. Good morning, Carlo Mafura. Good morning, Tina Hightower. I haven't seen you in a bit. Okay. Dr. Nigel Darren, good morning. And he's asking like an interesting question here. Okay. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Right when he gets to Cardi B, that's when my my goodness. There we go. Which one is submitted? He's kind of connecting the server. I don't believe this. There you go. Come on, here we go. Alright. Every now and then I have these technical problems, like either before the show or near the end of the show. I swear. I have to write to these guys and tell them that, there's like a few bumps in the system that need to be looked at and so forth. So, but other than that, I can still do the live stream here. So, Dr. Darren's question on this is like based on what do simple societies value, and what is the value of spirituality and humanity? If you can answer those questions, ask Dr. Darren. He's a very good follower of what I do here. Let's see. Glenn Company, good morning. Montel Martinez, good morning. Nick Rickman, good morning. Let's see. Who else we got here? Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's see. Walt Kellum, good morning. D. Nettles, good morning. Gloria Anderson, good morning. That's right. Nina Henderson, good morning. Where is your wild ass at? I think that's pretty much it. Let's see who else I got. Oh, Dilo, good morning. And let's see. Oh yes, Jaquan, good morning. The man with the mighty selection of music, which inspires me to put on a more eclectic set. And let's see. I think our connection is like down a little bit. I don't even know why. Oh, okay. Oh well. Anyway, at least I got it recorded, so that way we can play later on this afternoon, this evening, whatever it may be, whatever the case may be. This thing just drops in and drops off all the dang time. We're doing that right about now, which is messed up. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. But 9 times out of 10, watch when this like slips off here and does something else. Anyway, the Wi-Fi. I mean, to be honest, Colorado Springs is kind of wild and wicked with their Wi-Fi. So you can basically like almost get in. Sometimes you can't get in. But we try to make improvements here technologically. That's why we always fundraise every 3 to 4 months, so you guys can help with this thing. We still need to build up the apprenticeship program here. And I'm still waiting on Team Day. I'm still waiting on a lot of stuff to come through and whatnot. But as long as I have the news and I have you guys and so forth, we can express these views and actually, challenge the system's premise. What is the premise of the system? To control and to make you look stupid. Okay? There we go. Okay. All right. Now connect to the server and we're good to go. Ollie oxen free. Okay. There we go. We're near the end of the day. I got 3 minutes left, people. What do we do? Okay. All right, there. Well, we're back on. Right near the end of the damn day, but it's okay. I'm gonna end this thing out and so forth with little track from Ktng called Speed 'Em. Eminem's on this damn thing, and I mean, these are the guys who can flip the script real quick on a beat all day long. Monsters, all right? And if you can hang with them, write like them. If you can write like them, then you can be better than them. But until then, this is the track that I'm like, making sure that you don't have any kind of meth in your coffee this morning. Right? Stop drinking those monsters to make bull piss.
Nobody can catch a
Yes, that's what I like, baby. That's what I like. Keep it shaking and keep it dicking. Anyway, I've had some fun here today. I'm glad you guys came through, watched the broadcast here. I gotta tell everybody every single morning tomorrow, make sure that you join the conversation and also get in there. Final notes and so forth. We got the Super Bowl next Sunday, so I don't know what kind of special I might be able to pull up and so forth. Your suggestions, your comments might help on that end. So, who's your bets? Who's betting on who? Will the Patriots win a 6th Super Bowl title and tie with the Steelers? Or will the upstarts, the Eagles, come in and steal that glory away? David versus Goliath. Okay? And that's pretty much how we live our lives out here. Anyway, I'm out of here. I got to do some things. I got to get some work done. I'll be back later on this evening around about 11:30 as usual, maybe 12, depending upon where the hell I'm at. But for the most part, enjoy the pictures that I put up on Facebook. Love you guys and so forth, and make sure that you are having yourself a great, wonderful day. Do what you can to be the best that you can, and always never let them take your shine, and never let them crack your smile. I'm out of here. This has been the Ktng Morning Show. This has been your host, the Grits Man. You know me, the freak on the beat, baby. And I am out of here. Okay, log out of here from YouTube.